This is what happened. We made a bet. Bern had to hit a certain amount in the fast money quick cash. He didn't hit it. And then if he didn't hit it, he had to send a text message to his ex-wife. You had to say something like, she was always right, you were always wrong. You miss her, you'll love her forever. She's better than you, blah, blah, blah. And I hope it works out with you guys. Something along those lines. Go ahead, Bern. Yo, my retards, we got a great one for you today. We got some awesome conspiracy mystery stuff. We got some incredible stories. And then always the quick cash at the end with a new stipulation. Your boy might be in some trouble. And as always, we're sprinkling in your comments. Please stick around, like, share, comment, subscribe, and enjoy the show.
Daddy dude.
Daddy dude, daddy, daddy, diddy, daddy, diddy, diddy, daddy, doody, daddy.
Not a great time for Diddy. Let's maybe cut those ditties.
This wound is fucking ugly, right? And I remember one of the words they used was seeping. It was a seeping wound, and it was ugly. If Hugh Williams was like pirate slang for something funny, like, oh, you got a Hugh Williams in your pants, do you?
Hey, give me the old Hugh Williams, eh?
Oh, yeah, the old Hugh Williams, see? Wow. And like they recorded like, I've never seen a man of his stature. So there you go. Giants in the old world. Some people, they just want my nuts on their chin. And that's what it is, Bern. And that's
most
what it is.
Most of the time.
Am I wrong? If you two kiss with tongue, I'll sponsor you. Oh, man. I mean, is that it? Then you should have already been sponsoring us. Yeah. It's your boy, old Uncle Matty, and I'm here with Benoit Kiste for the Working Perspectives Podcast presents The Retorted Show. Got a great one today. On this show, we're going to give you some of those hot conspiracies people are liking. Ooh. We're going to hit you with some quick cash. And then we're going to do a check-in on you boys. We got a lot going on. And then also, we're going to read some comments that are left on our social media and YouTube channel. And we're going to respond to them comments. We're going to respond to them real good. Real good. It's been a while since we've been doing this. Got some weird stuff going on with the holidays. Had a couple things happen to prevent some recordings. But we're here. And we're ready to go, and I'm excited. Benoit Pahoud, how are you, sir?
I'm just happy to get back in the saddle, man. For those guys who don't know, it's been almost a week and a half that Matty and I haven't recorded, and I'm feeling it deep in my heart and soul. Missing it.
Did you miss it?
Oh, I missed it. I more than I thought I would. Don't be offended. Yeah. More than I thought I would. So, I'm psyched, man. Let's go. I had a tough beat.
You missed it in your cockles?
Tough beat last week. So
missed it in your cockles. You wanted it in your cockles, and you missed it in your cockles.
I didn't even know where my cockles were until it was gone, and then I was like, "Oh shit, there's my cockles," and they're totally empty. So
they're like, "Oh my god, my cockles! What the heck?" So very good. All right then. So let's do this. Let's start off. How about this, Bern? Let's start off with some comments. What do you think, Daddy?
Let's jump it off. Yeah, let's see what the people have been up to.
Jump it off with some comments. I want to do this before we read off any comments. I just want to say I love you to Miss Metal, Sue Matthews, a.k.a. Alloy1100. She left a million comments. They're so fucking great, but I can't read all of them, but I just want to let her know she's the best and we love her. And also, shout out to VMOM, HRIC, love her as well. But we got a bunch of stuff going down in Chinatown, baby. So, yep, we've talked about this we talked about this clip a million times. It's Arabelle Debusso. She shares a story of growing up. She was a guest on the show. She's an Australian reality TV star. She was awesome, dude. She's fought on, like, the Misfits boxing thing, like the, KSI Logan Paul boxing thing. She was really cool to us, dude. Like, I DM'd her on Instagram asking her to be on the show because I saw, like, her thing, and she's a rocket. and she's like, I'd love to be on. She came on, just the coolest, man. Really, really awesome. Really enjoyed. She came on again because she was promoting her fights and stuff, and she invited us to come down and film with her in Nashville when she was there and everything like that. But either way, she left a comment talking about how, like, there's a misconception about her and where she grew up and how she grew up. And someone left a comment on that. That clip, I aired that literally probably almost 3 years ago. But it was a clip
Gotta be.
from, yeah. Oh, she was on, I mean,
Gotta
she
be.
hasn't been on the show in 2 years. So
Yeah.
the clip comes from Jennifer Hale 9916. One video, no subscribers. She left a comment saying, "She crazy AF." And then I responded to that by saying, why do you say that? Can you let us know? Like, what you're just saying this. There's no context behind this. You're just assuming. Like, we've talked to her and dealt with her and, like, have some kind of, have kind of a gimmick with her. And she's been nothing but cool, And I think that, like, it is a misconception. She got really, like, I will say this. She got hamstringed by the journos. Fucking journo cunts. They're fucking
Janaz.
journos.
Listen, if Arabella Del Busso is crazy, then sign me up. Right? It's because it's the right kind of crazy. The kind of crazy that speaks to me. Like, yeah, she was awesome for the show. She's a badass. She backed up everything she talked about, and she was like genuine and really into it. Like, I don't know what more you want from a guest. What more could you possibly ask? Oh, and she's a 12. Like, what more could you want from a guest?
Daddy, daddy, dude,
daddy, dude,
daddy, dude, daddy, diddy, daddy, doody, daddy.
Not a great time for Diddy. Maybe
No.
let's maybe cut those ditties.
So I want to keep it moving. Next comment was left on. We put a shorts gimmick out here, the worst year in history, right? Worst year in history, and it was a good one, but it talks about how, in the year like 500 something, volcano blocked out the sun, created
whole year,
famine, global temperature drop 15
rats got
degrees,
sick,
rats
plague.
came indoors, plague, all this stuff, right?
I recall.
So I did that clip. First comment comes from Survived Baseball Equipment. Oh, sorry. I read that wrong. Sorry. Hooked on Phonics did not work for me. First comment comes from Surprised Baseball Equipment -OV2WB. So, you know him, you love him. Surprised Baseball Equipment -OV2WB.
Also known as Survived Baseball Equipment, which is also pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. He left a comment saying, "So far, ... as in so far the worst year in history." And I said, "True, 2025 is looking like it could take the crown." And then Spaceship responded to my response saying, "What's going to happen in 2025?" And then Candy Zappa 58 responded to that.
Love that name.
He said, "No, it's the Biden-Harris years." And I said, and then Wyatt TF Dude responded to that by saying, "Not with Trump back in office." And I was just like, guys, love the banner. 3 different people commented on this one comment. And, it was just, this is the community. This is what we love, like, guys, this is what we want. Spaceship has 49 subscribers off of 5 videos. So I got to give him his flowers. Right. And then Candy Zappa 58, aka Zap1, 2 subscribers off of 1 video. So maybe not so many flowers. And then Wyatt TF Dude, aka Wyatt the Transformer Dude.
That's incredible. That's Hunter Biden nominee.
Oh, absolutely. It's Wyatt the Transformer Dude, aka Wyatt Fields, 37 subscribers off of 8 videos. So yeah, these guys, wanted to shout them out. Love the interaction, man. Next comment on this same clip. It's from Ludwig Schneider. Schneider.
Your German pronunciation is excellent, man.
Took German for 2 years in high school, dude. Get, nuts on the chin. Yeah, no Ludwig Schneider. 6190. He's a 0.0, no subscribers, no videos. He left a comment saying, blown out of proportion, ... And I said, really? No sun and plague rats. Sounds pretty fucking bad, dude.
I don't know. I mean, you're screwed from above and you're screwed from below. I don't know what you do.
All right, so let me get a couple more comments in on this sector. So next comment, same video. It's from I just don't know how to say it. It's Zebulon.
Okay.
Zebulon-G5J, aka Zebulon-G5J. 3 subscribers, no videos. They left a comment on the worst year in history video saying 1945, the year humanity lost to Satan's chosen demons. And I said I responded to that like, holy hell, why 1945? ? And then he responded by saying, I couldn't make it any clearer. If you lack basic historical knowledge, I can't help you. And then I said, was that when World War II ended? Are you referring to the Nazis? Like, he just said 1945, the year humanity lost to Satan's chosen demons.
I think, and I can only speculate here. I can only guess, but that's the first and only deploying of nuclear weapons.
Right. That's what my other thought
so
was.
I think his thought was that that's the year,
Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
Men of peace lost to men of war, and now every country in the world has nuclear weapons. And I don't know. If I had to guess, that would sound like, that'd be my guess.
So same video, worst year in history, blah, blah, blah. This one comes from, okay, I don't know. All right. Bobo Kissa 2502. Bobo Kissa 2502. Hey, Bern, guess what? Goosey. Loosey Goosey. What is it?
Goosey? Silly Goose, Loosey Goose.
Loosey Goose. We got a goose.
Mother Goose, whatever.
Bobo Kisses a goose. Yep. They left a comment saying, why did the UK only get the plague and not other countries? And I said, I don't know. Ask the internet. And that's that. And then last comment for this sector. And, I don't know how much we're going to like this guy. But so here's what we got. It's their username is @smashfan9999999. And get this, they have 9 subscribers. And then their name on the channel is One Piece Fan. I guess they're fans of the show One Piece.
One Piece, sure.
All right, I don't know what gave that away. But yeah, Smashfan999999999. They left a comment saying, that would be a cool fact if the bubonic plague didn't take place 800 years later.
All right. I know. And when we were doing the episode, we all realized that the bubonic plague didn't happen in the 500s. But
the plague did happen.
But how could we have possibly said the plague, the bubonic plague,
right,
and made that joke on our podcast without, being historically accurate? Like, we had to make that joke.
Had to be said.
We had to say it. Sorry, man.
Sorry, Smosh fan. All right, yeah. Jesus. Some people, they just want my nuts on their chin, and that's what it is, Bern. And that's
most
what it is.
Of the time.
Am I wrong? But that's just what they want. If you want my nuts on your chin, I'll put them on your chin. You want chinny nuts? I'll give you some chin nuts.
You know what I was just thinking about?
What's that, Bern?
If you're going to be putting your nuts specifically, on so many different chins.
So many.
You probably want to clean those bad boys up a little bit, right?
Ooh, I definitely want them looking right.
You want to honor those chins with a nice shorn sack. And as far as I know, the only way to do that... Thank you. I appreciate it. The only way I know how to do that is with Manscaped.
Totally.
So many of their affordable and versatile products could help you get those nuts ready for public chins, because you don't want to walk out of the house with your nuts looking shabby. They're already flabby. Trim your nuts. Manscaped.
Absolutely, absolutely, sir. We got to keep it moving. All right.
Sure.
So, are you ready, Bern? I got some conspiracies. Some kind of
yes.
Are they conspiracies as much as they're awesome, crazy facts? You want that?
Conspiracies, mysteries, whodunits, what have yous. I mean, this is
Yeah.
kind of the corner
Yeah.
for just like interesting things that have happened and we're not quite sure about. So whatever you want to call that, that's what I'm here for.
All right. Are you ready, Daddy?
Always, man. Love it.
Okay. First kind of conspiracy gimmick we got going on. So apparently, Bern, I don't know if you knew this. Back in the day, the people that discovered America, conquistadors and that such, a lot of recordings of running into giants when discovering America. Did you hear this?
I was not aware.
So, the conquistador, Hernando de Soto, he took 600 Spanish soldiers and went on a mission to discover the United States, and he landed in Alabama, right? When they got off the boat, they're in a village, and they're looking around, and they heard a noise coming from the trees, and they looked over, and this giant of a man walked out of the trees. The quote from the Spanish soldiers was this. It said, "Seeing him, we paused dumb with amazement, a great limbed giant. The heads of our tallest men reached only to his breast." That's how tall this Native American was, right? The Native American's name was Black Panther. Yep, shout out Wakanda. And then Black Panther was the son of Chief Tuscaloosa, right? And Black Panther, he told the Spanish guys, he's like, "Hey, old Chief Tuscaloosa wants to meet you." And they're like, "Yeah, okay, sure, giant man."
Yeah, we're not saying no to you, no matter what you ask.
Yeah. The average height of people at this time was like 5'2", and this guy is like a giant. So
the average height of Spaniards now is like 5'5.5". So like they might have been really pushing it back.
Yeah. So okay, Black Panther, son of Chief Tuscaloosa, told the Spanish soldiers that, "Hey, my dad wants to meet them." Right. So the Spanish soldiers went to their village, right? And they got there, and in the middle of the village, they said there was this giant mound of dirt, right? And then on this mound was sitting Chief Tuscaloosa. They said Chief Tuscaloosa then stood up, and he was 2 feet taller than his son. And then they never seen a man of his, and like they recorded, like, "Oh, I've never seen a man of his stature." So there you go. Giants in the old world.
Chief Tuscaloosa. You think that's why Alabama's mascot's an elephant? Like they just, because the schools there aren't very good. So they like,
no.
There's a history of a giant man. They're like, "Oh, there must have been elephants."
So it does say Hernando de Soto was born in 1500, the year 1500, in Bandollos, Spain, and he died May 21st, 1542, in Faraday, Louisiana. So, I mean, he lived to be 42 in the 1500s. This guy, that's the equivalent of being 95 today.
And he survived an ocean crossing. So, like,
probably several.
Yeah, right. Multiple.
Yeah. So, okay. But either way, so let's say this guy was, let's be generous and say he's 5'5".
Generally, the bigger Europeans are your northerner Europeans.
Yeah.
Usually the more southern you go, like this, kind of the smaller average height the people are. So like I think the average height for a male in the United States is like 5'8.5" or something like that, 5'9". Like that's the average height. So yeah, so picture your height exactly, like 5'9.5".
Nope, I'm 5'11". Nope, 5'11". I was at the doctor. They told me I was 5'11".
Yeah,
but
not with half an ankle anymore.
Like I would tower over these Spanish guys because I'm so tall. So that, like, they're probably like 5. Let's say they're 5'5".
For sure.
So let's say there are 600 Spanish soldiers. So out of the 600 Spanish soldiers, let's say one of them is 6'1". Right? We'll just do that. He's their tallest guy. He came up to a little
shorter than me. Yeah, come on.
Right. So he came. They said he came up to the breast of Black Panther. Right. And so what? Black Panther is 7'1", maybe. Right.
Listen, we have to work in some exaggeration. Let's say he's 6'8". Right.
6'8".
But
we'll give him 6'8".
If the tallest guy you ever saw was 6'1", then seeing a guy who's 6'8" might as well be 8'2". You're just like, that's a different human kind of person.
Yeah, and he comes out of the woods in, loincloth and leather and bones and yoked up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. right? And his name's Black Panther, right?
Fuck
Like,
out of
come on.
here. Get the fuck out of here.
He's covered in vibranium, like just, just awesome. Okay. So let's say he's 6'8", right?
Right.
Then they go to the village. They see old Chief Tuscaloosa. So, and they said he was 2 feet taller than his son. So even with the power of exaggeration, let's say he's a foot taller. So he's 7'8"? Are you
See,
fucking kidding me?
now we're pushing like genetics that I don't know that are possible. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's possible. Was he standing on the mound of dirt when he stood up and
That's
looked
my
that
thought
big?
too. That's my
That's my
thought
thought.
too.
So, okay. So the point is he made a guy who was 6'6" or 6'7" look small.
But think about this, dude, man. In those old world tribes, right? There was so much of like, and this is how like the Vikings got so tall, is because like, look, the biggest ones breed with the biggest ones. This is what we're doing, right?
Well,
Like,
'cause they're the ones who
our
survive.
tribes, right? And like, look, our tribe's thing is we're tall, right? Tuscaloosa tribe, we're tall. So through the generations, it's been tall, 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 right? And maybe they all died off because of the blanket and whatever, you know what I mean? So maybe they lost that,
That
but
happens a little later on. Yeah. A little
right.
later
But I'm
on.
saying like their tribe could have been wiped out with smallpox or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Shout out Tuscaloosa, fan of the show, listener of the show. All right, Bern, but
Listener of
that
the
was our
show.
first little conspiracy gimmick. I got a couple other things. Have you heard of third man syndrome?
Does this have to do with the moon landing?
No.
Then I have not.
So third man syndrome is this. It's explained by scientists as like a weird phenomenon that has to do with mountain climbers. So apparently when people are mountain climbing, right, and they're on
Mhm.
the edge of death, there's been a bunch of recordings of these people that they're about to die mountain climbing, and they've experienced the same thing where they've come close to death and someone appears that either motivates them or gives them advice or just anything to help them continue to make their climb and survive, right? There's a
Okay.
tons of people with these types of stories, okay? So, that being said, there was this woman, right? Who she wasn't mountain climbing, just a woman, right? And she says that one day she heard a voice in her head say that she has to go see a doctor about her brain, right? The voice told her that she has to go to the specific place in the London hospital, and that specific place that they told her to go dealt with brain injuries, right? The
Okay.
voices told her she had a tumor, okay? When she's in the London hospital, they discovered a tumor, right? They then removed the tumor, okay? And then the lady, she went home and she said that she heard the voice one more time after that. And the voice said, "We were glad to be of service."
Oh, we
So,
the we there. I don't know why it is, but the we there is the thing that really
yeah,
got me.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Who are they?
Who are they? So I feel like this, right? I could see like if you're in a close to death situation where you're hanging off a mountain and you're like, God darn, I'm gonna die, right? And your brain conjures up an image of someone saying, "Grab this rock, you can
That
do it,
that
survive." I could kind
Maddie.
of see that.
That's exactly what I was thinking when you were giving that first example. I was like, well, this just might be like a part of your subconscious that is connecting to
Correct.
like it's the your brain wants to live, and so does
Right.
your body. So like you're
Right.
freezing, you're cold, you're on the
Yeah.
edge of death, you're probably hungry, you're
Yeah.
kind of giving up. That made sense to me to be like maybe that's just your brain kicking into a gear that we don't understand yet.
Right.
But we're happy we could help is a very different vibe than that.
Also for a lady that wasn't a mountain climber, right? She's just like a normal lady and like she had a tumor in her brain that she had no idea about and this voice told her about it. So is that the same thing? Where is this an act of God or is it your body being like, "Look, we're trying to help you out, lady."
Yeah, like on some level, you realize something's very wrong, but you can't bring yourself to admit it. And then your brain is just like, hey, I don't know. Okay, what should we just pretend to be somebody else? Like, how are we gonna get this bitch to the hospital? I don't want to die.
Right.
Like, I want to live.
Hey, you got something in here. Get this checked out.
Knock,
So,
knock.
yeah.
Who's there? It's me, your brain.
Ding dong. Yep, it's me. You got a tumor.
Yeah.
It's not a tumor.
I'm dying. Save that thought for later.
Yeah. So, okay, but let's keep it moving. Keep it on moving down the road. We're going to head back to some comments. Next comment comes from Greg Lewis 8877. He left a comment on the Unkillable Sailor, the Mystery of Hugh Williams clip. It says, I'm fascinated. Although, how do you confirm the exact location in the ocean? And secondly, how do you find these records? And I told him, hey, the internet, pal. Does the internet ever lie? Bern.
No, I mean, call Wales and ask them for every piece of paperwork they have on guys named Hugh Williams. And,
Huey.
it should all be there.
And then next comment comes off a 70 pounds of coke washed ashore. Do you remember this? This is from
Another
while
throwback.
ago.
Yeah. Throwback.
This is from this clip's maybe a year old. I don't know. This clip's a while ago. This was old regime. But it says 70 pounds of coke washed ashore. This is from Nicholas Vincent. It's Nicholas Vincent OL1ZK. 14 subscribers, no videos. Nicholas Vincent. He left a comment saying, so remember, 70 pounds of coke washed ashore. He said, must have been 20 ounces or 2 liters, 4 or 5 cases at 70 pounds of Coca-Cola saves maybe tourists crashed a party barge. And then he put a second comment on this comment saying, Coke floats.
Right.
I mean,
I'll tell you what, he really saved it there. I was really out to lunch on the first comment, but for whatever reason, Coke floats really cheered me up. It really kind of brightened my day.
All right, you ready? So I have a comment from the HRIC, Daddy. The HRIC.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Okay, so it's from last Friday, or it's from episode 410, the Retorted show. I guess it was last week's Retorted show. It says, okay. She says thus. She says, this is a long one, Bern, so strap in. So Vermont Mom, she says, I'm thinking YouTube is hiding my comments from y'all. Grr. Anywho,
what?
I've heard of the Year of Darkness. They say if Yellowstone goes, we will experience at least that. It is crazy. Mother Nature does not mess around. I think I can handle the cold. It was just 12 degrees the other day. Today was a high of 28 degrees and a low of 10 degrees. Damn. She then says the Loretto Chapel story is crazy. Never heard of that one. Very cool. ... I will have to look into that one. Burns 1000% that Matt already switches dude out for daddy. That's right, daddy. But that is totally a him thing, so not weird when he does it. LMAO. I would get up and grab my husband a blanket if he was sick or super tired. ... LOL. Because remember we said the joke,
the joke, the train.
Yeah, it was a good joke. I'm sorry, but no need to add that just because a woman is drop dead gorgeous does not always mean she is promiscuous. ... JS. Does that mean just saying?
Yes, it means just saying.
Okay.
Who did we do that about? Did we do that? Did we
remember a lot of the comments last week came on the women are attractive thing, women are scary attractive, whatever.
That was all the dudes being like, I don't know what you.
I've never been scared to talk to a woman. My dick is fucking huge. I got a big old fucking dick, man.
Yeah, that was all the hard.
You think I'd be fucking scared to talk to some fucking bitch? I got a big old fucking dick, man.
The one guy was like, I don't know, just go to school, get a law degree, get in shape. And then women alive was like, we're not asking for advice, dude. We're talking about when you were 12 and someone made butterflies happen in your stomach. Anyway,
talking about when you were getting boners every time fucking you thought of anything, then it was just impossible to go fuck off. She then finishes by saying, Matt, congrats to your daughter on learning to ride on 2 wheels. Yep. That is huge in 30 minutes. Shout out Guardian Bikes because they are incredible. She was out riding today, and people were like, wait, is she on 2 wheels? I was like, dude, half hour, Guardian Bikes. Fucking look into it. And then she said, that is like when my son learned to drive stick. He had it down in under 5 hours. Good for him. In one day, he was already driving on the main roads. I was blown away, proud, as I am sure you are. Yep, I am. She says, great episode, guys. Matt, hope your knee is doing better. Much love to you all. We'll have an update on the knee later, as well as some other things. But thank you, Vermont Mom. I love you.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We missed you,
You
Mom.
love her. You
And
love her, you love her, you love her.
If we find out that YouTube is hiding your comments, YouTube will have hell to pay. Hell to pay.
She did also say this on this same episode. She said, I'm sorry, but Burns deserves a better score for the shredded question. You've got to grate cheese to get shredded cheese. So you do not technically shred cheese. ... Just saying. She is not wrong.
She's not wrong. She's not wrong.
Not wrong there. Not wrong.
Listen,
she left a ton of great comments too on Counter Saint Germain and all the, and like in the PlayStation versus Xbox. So shout out VMOM. Fucking love you. She left a lot of great comments too. Her and Miss Metal. Sue Matthews,
always.
AKA.
I mean, listen. OGs, man. OGs.
Just the best, dude. Next comment is from Karen Hawking 9716.
Get the papers, get the papers.
It's at Karen Hawking 9716. Username Karen Hawking.
We get Karen, we get it.
I'm not, honestly, I don't hate it. She's got 5 subscribers, no videos. Left a comment on the, Unkillable Sailor, Hugh Williams. She said, are there records to show if it's actually the same Hugh Williams? ? I'd love to know. Smiley face emoji.
I don't know.
Nice. She's just curious, I think.
Yeah. Which is kind of what these stories and conspiracies are meant to do. Like, they make us think, and we're like, and listen, if anybody wants to solve any of them for us, like, please feel free.
Daddy.
Let us know. Follow
us know, Daddy.
I don't remember the exact years of the Hugh Williams saga, but I would imagine a lot of those guys were just signing Hugh Williams onto the name of the ship ledger. And we wouldn't really know whether or not it was the same. You know what I mean? There was no like biological identifier or social security number or something.
Yeah. I would love to if Hugh Williams was like pirate slang for something funny. Like, oh, you got a Hugh Williams in your pants, do you?
Hey, give me the old Hugh Williams, eh?
Oh, yeah, the old Hugh Williams, see? Wow. So, okay. All right. So that was it for this sector for comments. I got a couple of crazy comments after this, Benoit. But would you like to keep it on moving down the road?
I would. Okay. I think we need to catch up here a little bit, right?
Okay. Yes. Sorry. Nope. I thought we were doing something else. It's time to do a little check-in. So, Bern, I would like it. Would you mind? I mean, you can go first. Please. What's going on? Talk to me. Check in, Daddy.
So, as our regular listeners know, I was finally defeated in last week's Quick Cash.
You don't say.
I was. My hubris, my ego got ahead of me, and I said,
library, dude. Should have picked you went church and not library, Daddy.
Just shut up. Just shut up and let me do this. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's boost it up to 225 a round. 225 a round. Now, I didn't really do the math then, right? I didn't really do the math because I realized that for 225 a round to actually happen, I needed to have number one answers in the 40s across the absolute board, and I needed to get every single one right, pretty much.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
You've been hot though. Like you've averaged over 225 the last few. Like you'd been hot.
Why don't I just read you the text?
Okay, so for everyone who isn't a regular listener, this is what happened. We made a bet. Bern had to hit a certain amount in the fast money quick cash. He didn't hit it. And then if he didn't hit it, he had to send a text message to his ex-wife. You had to say something like, she was always right, you were always wrong. You miss her, you'll love her forever. She's better than you, blah, blah, blah. And I hope it works out with you guys. Something along those lines. Go ahead, Bern.
Hey, babe. Thinking of you. Just wanted to say for the record that you were an incredible wife and are an incredible mother. I cherish every day that my children can spend with you. Nothing but the best to you and Sam.
Oh, God.
Hope everything is going swell.
Oh,
Hugs and kisses, Bern.
love hugs and kisses. Great touch. Great touch, hugs and kisses. XOs, baby. X's and O's, daddy.
I didn't
Oh,
so
my.
I wrote hugs and kisses.
Wow. You didn't X and O. You literally wrote hugs and kisses.
Correct.
Okay. Can I say this? Right.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I was still like dating, right? And like you'd have to text a girl. Like you'd spend some little stinker tinker time on that text. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you'd tweak it a
Mm-hmm.
little here and there. What was the stinker tinker time on that text? Was just set it and forget it? Like what were we doing, Daddy?
Almost 3.5 hours.
Of tinkering.
At night, laying in my bed in the dark, being like, I have to keep to the parameters of this. But it also, if I'm going to humiliate myself, it should probably also be a little bit funny. So,
Oh, dude. I
an
mean, I love you
additional,
started with "Hey, babe." Love that you started with "Hey, babe."
which I never called her one time in our entire marriage, nor did she call me. We were not, you know how there are babe people or baby people? We were not babe or baby people. So that never happened. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was so fucking bad.
Deal's a
Oh.
deal. Deal's a deal.
So
And I am a
Vern,
man of my word.
was there a reply to this text, Daddy?
There was a reply to this text that
Oh.
came at,
How hold on. How long after
all right.
was it?
Okay. So I sent the text at 2:41 a.m.
Oh boy. So
Yeah,
she
yeah.
right away is thinking like, oh, he's drinking again,
Probably. Yep.
Okay.
6:07 a.m. the following morning.
Whoa. So the baby woke her up. She wasn't happy about that.
No, she was up for work. She was up for work.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
she wakes up at like 5 for work.
Right. So she did an hour of stinker tinker time after seeing that.
Maybe. Her response is thus: what the fuck is this a joke? Period.
Fan of the show, a listener of the show.
So honestly, well, it was a hard, and then there was another 1,000 texts after that between me and her, but I
Did
didn't
you
promise I was
sleep
going to
after you
share any of
sent the
those.
text?
I slept like a baby. I was like, it's like,
Nice.
you know how they say, like, the innocent guy in jail stays up all night, but the guilty guy goes right to bed. Like,
Yeah.
I sent it and I was like, well, I'm waking up to that tomorrow. That's going to be what
Yeah.
it is. No sense
Yeah.
worrying. But I was encouraged by the fact that our current relationship is so bad that her, upon reading that, was like, I think he's fucking with me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
tried to be honest. I tried to make it work. I tried to make it a legit text. I didn't try to make it a joke. And she was like, she smelled a rat right away.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
She's I mean, she's probably in her mind hoping like this better be a fucking joke.
yeah, that might have just been what she was hoping. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Dude, that's wild, Daddy. Man.
yeah. Yeah.
So then bunch of back and forth after that, yada yada yada. Did you ever come clean about it's for the show?
I never referenced the show directly. She was like, "Is
Okay.
that like?" And we got to the point eventually. It was like, "Is that some kind of joke?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"Yes." And
Yeah.
she was like, "Why?" And I was like, "Never mind." And she was like, "Are you drinking again?" And I was like, "I am not." And then she was like, "Then why?" And I was like, "I'll tell you some other time."
Man. Oh, dude, that made her even fucking madder that you didn't tell her. I bet
Yeah.
she's telling Sam all about it. Sam, you
Uh,
wouldn't believe what the fucking me. He made me. He made me. He's a little schmecky. He's a little Sammy. Little Sammy. He's little Sammy.
if
So,
only I think that's exactly what his voice sounds like.
hey, little Sammy.
In my brain it does. But anyway, so
AKA John Cannon.
dude, if I find out John Cannon is fucking my wife, I'm gonna lose my ever loving mind. I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do.
Not gonna lie, I would fucking love if John
It would be
Cannon.
incredible. If I found out that was that John Cannon started texting in after he started banging my wife, I mean, I would. What a what a stud! What a
I
hero!
wouldn't be mad at it, baby.
What
I would
commitment
not.
to destroying me? What did I do to him? You know what I mean? That seems like a real
Yeah.
grudge at
If
that point.
anything, we'd say thanks. He's been doing great content, you know?
So anyway, everyone, as far as what's up with us, thought it was fair to bring you guys to a little conclusion on that. Matty, what's up with you?
Okay. So a couple of things happening in old Uncle Matty's world.
Hmm.
First things first, I had a kid, another
What?
kid. Yep.
Two?
My son was born. Yep. He's around a couple weeks, knock on wood, everything's good. He's got a little pistol that's fucking, squirting everywhere and all that fun stuff. Let me paint a picture.
Paint me a picture.
Sunday, cut out my own stitches. Monday, leg gets infected, have to go to the ER, right? Then that Wednesday, the following Wednesday, baby was born, right?
Right.
So I'm like in a knee immobilizer, going in and out of the hospital, right? Doing all that. Baby comes home from the hospital, but everyone comes home from the hospital. Then the next Monday, had a meeting with my primary care physician. They're like, "This is really bad. You need to do a bunch of stuff. This is really bad." Right? They're like, "Dude,
Right.
you cannot mess around right now. You do not want to lose your leg. This is really bad." Now, they're like, everyone's like, "This is one of the worst things we've ever seen." And it's like just fluid everywhere, right? It is not a good looking leg, right?
Stayed squishy. It stayed squishy on you the whole time.
Stayed bad. Yeah, yeah, stayed rotten.
Oh,
Something's rotten in Denmark, daddy. So then she gave me a bunch of stuff to wrap it, ointments. Like she gave me like a ton of things.
oh shit.
That was Monday. Then Wednesday. This is all while the baby is literally like 4 days old at this time.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Tuesday, went to a orthopedic specialist. The orthopedic specialist looked at it and he's like, "This is not good." So he's like, "Look, if this thing looks better Thursday, then I will perform surgery on you on Friday and do like," he said, "we have to restitch it and all, and like there's a couple other things." I was like, "Okay, done." Thursday comes around. I go to the guy. He's like, "You're clean enough. We're going under." The next day, I was literally went there and I was like, I can drive, right? Like I'll be good. I can drive home. They're like, "No, like you're going under anesthesia. Like you need to have a drive to and from. You need to
Yeah.
sign all this stuff. You need to have like all this stuff figured out." They're like, "Buddy, you're going under. Like this isn't going to be great for you." And I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Not only are we restitching it, we're opening up a little more. We're cleaning all that shit out." He's like, "We're going to do a scrub. Then we have to reconnect your muscle." And I was like, "It's not connected?" And he's like, "I'm looking at it right now." It's not, he's
Oh
like the one,
shit.
dude, when I went in there for the surgery, I go in, the nurse comes, like, I go in, they're like, "What are you here for today?" The nurse looks at me like, she's like, "Oh, whoa. And I was like, it's not that bad. She's like, yeah, it is. Then the other anesthesiologist came in. They're like, what do we do? Whoa, what is with your knee? And they're like, that is so deep and so wide. And like, we can see so much stuff. And I'm like, guys, it's not that bad. Right? Like, to be fair, I couldn't feel my kneecap. Like, I couldn't feel a lot of it. Like, it had been, I
Right.
don't know if just
Right.
like nerve endings were severed or whatever.
Your
Right?
body already had started saying goodbye to those parts of your knee. It was like,
Yeah. Dude,
it's not you, it's me. We're just gonna go our separate
ankle,
ways.
calf, everything swollen. Like, it's not looking good. So then they were all looking at, like, this is ugly. Dude, this wound is fucking ugly. Right? And I remember one of the words they used was seeping. It was a seeping wound. And it was
Oh,
ugly. Dude, they do the surgery. I legit woke up. I was like, oh, what the fuck? They're like, all right, you're done. I'm like, what? Really? They're like, yeah, man, everything's cool. You're all done. Also, I guess he did it a different way this time, but the way the stitches are is that they're underneath my knee and not on top.
they're on the back of your knee,
They're like in
or
between my skin and the bone is the stitches
they're
instead of,
underneath. They're
yeah,
internal,
yeah,
bro. They were in there.
dude,
They were
yeah.
in there.
Like, they shaved where the knee was. Like, dude, like the wound, you saw the wound, right?
Yeah. Well, I
Pretty
saw it like
big.
right after. Yeah, right after it happened.
Yeah, pretty, but lot, dude. It reopened completely. It was all the way open, and it was
Oh,
just, it was a mess, dude. Because the stitches had all burst from the fluid, like, and it was just like, it was ugly, dude. It was really ugly, you know.
does it
And
feel? I mean, are you feeling better now? Like, is it?
knock on wood, this is the best it's looked since the accident.
What a saga! What a saga!
So all this from falling off my bike. There you go. So that's what's going on with me. I know we did some bird walking there, Bern, but let's head on to our last comment sector.
All right,
We
hit
got
me.
one comment, and it comes from everybody's favorite, yours and mine, the one and only John Cannon 33.333. He says thus. He says, "You listen here, you fuckheads. I'll comment when I want, not when you say. Look at me. I'm your captain now. From now on, both of you cucks will sit down when you pee and stand when you shit. If you want my smuggling money from Wile E. Coyote Express LLC, then I'm your boss, bitch. If you two kiss with tongue, I'll sponsor you." I mean, get the contract out, daddy, because fucking A.
Yeah,
I'm remiss to look up Wile E. Coyote Express LLC. I don't know what'll turn up.
what a guy.
What a guy, dude. There's no one better. There's no one fucking better than
And
old
also,
JC.
don't say you'll sponsor me and Matt if we kiss with tongues and not put a dollar amount on that. Don't
How
insult
about it?
us by thinking we would just throw that away. All right, we are for
Right.
sale. So
Right.
please, serious inquiries only. Put a
We are
dollar, put a
whores
number
in
on it.
every sense of the word.
Put a number on it.
That was the last comment for this show. But now it's time for the big money. Bern, what is the stipulations for quick cash? Daddy.
If I achieve 450, Matt will have to make a comment to his wife, and we're gonna do the same thing. I get 5 weeks to do it, and if I don't get there, then he doesn't have to say it. I Is that fair, Matt? Does that sound like what we agreed to? She is fluent in Albanian, correct?
Fluent.
At some point between the hours of midnight and 5 a.m.,
Okay.
your wife is going to ask you to do something with the baby, right?
Got it. Yeah.
I would like you to both be in bed at this point. So it's a bed to
course.
bed ask, right?
Done. Yeah.
And I want you to simply mumble something under your breath loud enough for her to hear. Okay? Can you do that? So if I hit 450, Matty has to wait until his wife makes a really legitimate request of him in the middle of the night when they're both exhausted with a 2-week-old baby. And
Yeah.
Matty is going to mumble this under his breath until she hears it. Does that sound like the premise of what we're doing here?
Yeah. Okay. And
Okay.
what am I mumbling?
No, just one word. Clorva. Clorva. It means bitch in Albanian. You don't have to look her in the eyes. You don't have to direct it at her, but you have to say it loud enough that she can hear. I had to send my ex-wife a lot of words,
right.
Matt,
Okay.
and I'm only asking you for one.
Okay. A bet's a bet. All right. Fine. We're in. Are you ready?
I am ready.
First question. Name something you do with meat before you put it on the grill.
Season it.
Name a little animal that's as scary to people as a big shark.
Spider.
Name something you hope never crashes into your home.
An airplane.
Name a reason a horse might not want you to ride it.
Pregnant.
Name something that starts with chick.
Chickpea.
All right, Bern, let's get some answers for this. Remember, you need, you want to get 450 total on both of them, so hopefully 2 something on this one. But here we go. First question. All right, I said, name something that you do with meat before you put it on the grill. You said season it. Survey said 48, which was the number 1 answer. Number 2 answer was marinate. Number 3 was cut/trim. All right.
Sounds good.
Second question I asked you. I said, name a little animal that's as scary to people as a big shark. You said spider. Survey said 27. That brings you to 75, right?
Okay.
And that was the number 2 answer was spider/tarantula. Number 1 answer was rat/mouse. Number 3 was snake, and number 4 was skunk. I then asked you, I said, name something you hope never crashes into your home. You said an airplane. Survey said 61. Brings you to 136. Yep. Number 2 answer was truck. Or number 2 answer was car/truck. Number 3 answer was tree. Yep. I then said, name a reason a horse might not want you to ride it. You said the horse might be pregnant. Survey said 0. This is what, all right.
Fuck out of here.
So this is what the answers were. Number 1 answer, and it literally says this. Number 1 answer says, I'm a fatso, ! That was the number 1 answer with 58. Right. Number 2 is that the horse is hurt/sore, and number 3 was that it's tired. So, that's what you're dealing with. Next question I said name something that starts with chick. You said chickpea.
Yeah.
Survey said 0. The number 1 answer for name something that starts with chick. Number 1 answer was chicken. Number 2 is chick flick, and number 3 was chick magnet. So you ended with 136 in the first round, Benoit.
So this is impossible. This is almost impossible.
All right, Bern. First question. Name the most popular ride at a carnival.
Ferris wheel.
Name something that has links.
Sausages.
Name something people blow into.
A musical instrument.
Name something an athlete might break.
A bone.
Name a word that rhymes with fudge.
Fudge with a B.
So first question. I said, name the most popular ride at the carnival. You said Ferris wheel. Survey said 66. That was the number 1 answer. Number 2 answer was carousel. Number 3 answer was roller coaster. Number 4 answer, tilt-a-whirl. Next thing I asked you, I said, name something that has links. You said sausage. Survey said 8. That was the number 4 answer. Number 3 answer was fence. Number 2 answer was website/email, and number 1 answer was chain/jewelry. Third question I asked you, and it said, name something people blow into. You said an instrument. Survey said 17. So right now, just to let you know, with that 17, that brings you to 91. But so 17, instrument was the number 2 answer. Number 1 answer was balloon. Number 3 answer, breathalyzer. I then said, name something an athlete might break. You said bone. Survey said 80. Big one for bone. 80. That brings you to 171, right? Number 2 answer was the record. And number 3 answer was bat or equipment. Number 4 answer was the law. Okay. Yeah. And then 5th question, I said, name a word that rhymes with fudge. You said budge with a B, budge. Survey said 25. That was the number one answer. Number two answer was nudge. Number three answer was judge, which is actually like like budge and nudge aren't real, aren't common vernacular, but judge seems like would be more. But there you go. Your total was 196. So you fell a little short. Well, speaking of putting my nuts all over everyone's chin, there's been another episode of the Working Perspectives Podcast presents The Retorted Show. In case you're wondering, you can find all our stuff and all our content on podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. You us on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast. Join us on Twitter and TikTok at WorkingPod. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workperspectives@gmail.com. And please like and subscribe. We keep bringing you this amazing content. Thank you so much for listening. Remember, take back your algorithm. Like, share, subscribe, comment so you can get more of the stuff you want. Not more of the stuff they're trying to force feed you. Take back your algorithm. All right, we love you. Work Perspective Podcast out. Yahoo for you. You made it to the end of the episode. Thanks so much for listening. Please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. That's the way we're going to take back this algorithm from all those noodles. We love you so much. Thank you. See ya. Bye.